YouTube videos. What? I know. I actually already filmed this video on my camera that takes really beautiful images, but not such nice videos. So I'm gonna have to upgrade one day. Kind of just why I'm taking these videos is YouTube is something I've always been interested in. Specifically, I love following the journey of women becoming mothers because I think it's like really beautiful and fascinating to watch that transition from before they became pregnant to the journey of pregnancy and then the adventure of motherhood. And I enjoy watching it so much. I really love watching their story. And I also think it's so cool to have all those memories captured, not just in pictures, but like in live footage. I hope that that's what my channel will become, is just an outlet for me to capture memories of my journey into motherhood and beyond. And I can look back on and just reminisce on the amazing memories that we created as a family. So that is why I'm starting these videos. Obviously, if this does not interest you at all, you can just click out. I totally get this not being of someone's interest, especially just little old me. You may just not like watching me talk. I get that. So I'm currently filming on my iPhone. It's pretty funny that my nice camera's video quality is not as good as my iPhone's video quality. So I'd love to upgrade and do something different, but for now, this is how it's gonna work. Okay, jumping right in. This video today is gonna be about how Jeff and I decided it was time for us to have kids. And this story is really special to my heart. You know, not very many people know it, and it's not that it's unique, but it's unique to us. And I think it's an important part of how we decided to start this new chapter of our lives, of our relationship. So I thought this was a good place to start. And I'm personally always interested to find out what made someone decide to have kids. Like, it's a big deal. It's a big deal to decide. And if you are at that point in your life where you are making that decision, you're like, holy cow, I'm basically deciding to change everything I know. Pretty cool. Disclaimer before I get started, this video does not have anything to do with fertility issues, and my heart is so heavy into those mothers who having trouble conceiving. I really hope that your time is coming up and that you can have everything that you want. I just want to make a disclaimer that this video is not about that. For my husband and I have been together, just a really quick history. I'm sure most of you know this because the only people that are going to be watching this are my friends, I'm sure. My husband and I have been together 8 years, and we got married a little over a year ago, and we've lived together for over 7. So we've known each other for quite some time, and all throughout those years, especially after like year 4, my husband made it very known that he was ready and willing to have children. And me being 5 years younger, still in college, hadn't started my career, it wasn't something that I longed for yet. I knew that I wanted to have kids with him, I just didn't see it in the near future. So for the last couple of years, I've been saying, like, in about 2 years, it seemed like, 6 months would go by or a year would go by, and that 2-year timeline was still there. So it was never really like I was sticking to that timeline. It just, 2 years always felt like a good time to push it off until. However, during all that time, looking back, I was setting myself up to start having kids, like in a way, because, for example, I followed this car seat brand on Instagram for over a year now, and like, who follows something like that if they're not interested in it? You know what I mean? Like, I loved that car seat and thought I would have it one day, so I went ahead and just followed them. The last 2 years, I have found mommy influencers that I just loved watching and wanted to know their story and enjoyed watching their vlogs or watching their Instagram stories and just keeping up with their life. So in my head, I wasn't ready for kids. In my heart, it was like I was preparing for what was to come sooner than later. Okay, so flash forward to October of 2019. I met this little boy. I can't explain it, but I was so taken and drawn to this little boy. He resembled my husband, so it's almost like I could see like what our kids might look like. But also I just thought he was so sweet, and I just I just very much enjoyed being around this little boy. And I have been a nanny and a babysitter for more years than I can count. I'm currently an elementary school teacher. Like, I've been around kids my whole life, and I've never like been drawn to a child like this before. I found out that his family was open to adoption. Turns out he wasn't living with his parents. He was living with other family members, and they were a little bit older, and they were looking for a younger family to possibly take him in so that he could, you know, live the life that he deserved. When I heard that news, I was like, I don't want anyone else to be his mother. Like, if anyone's gonna be his mother, it's gonna be me. What? Go from not wanting kids to adopting a child? Like, talk about 0 to 100, okay? If that's even the saying. My husband was not so much on board. He didn't want to adopt someone else's child before he had his own, or at least tried to have his own. So I totally understood where he was coming from. We went to meet the family because I just felt so taken by this boy. I mean, I cried over him one night. I just felt like he was supposed to be mine. After meeting with his family, I think that we both came to the conclusion, without saying it, that this maybe wasn't the right thing for him. Because he was with his blood relatives, living a beautiful life. He was so loved. It didn't make sense to take him away from that. And not that, you know, we were trying to take him away. We wanted to, you know, give him a great life. He had a great life, and I think we all kind of mutually agreed he's better off with family members. After that meeting, my husband and I came home. I kind of said, like, you know, you're right. This isn't the right thing for us. But I want a child. I want a child right now. I can't explain it, but something about this boy, I truly, wholeheartedly believe that he was put into my life. This was the first time in my life that I felt an experience like this, where he was placed in my life to show me, maybe encourage me, push me, I don't know, but to tell me that I am ready to have children and to be a mother. All of a sudden, I just had this like, one, excitement. I was so excited. I also just had this wave of like calmness over me, because pregnancy scared the crap out of me. Like, as much as it fascinated me and I loved like seeing Instagram posts of pregnant bellies and newborn babies, that process scared me. I all of a sudden like didn't care that my body was going to change. I didn't care that I would have to go through pain in order to experience this love for a child. And that was a big step for me. Like, I was giving up one part of myself in order to have a more valuable part of myself. I hope that makes sense. All of a sudden, I was so ready, and I was so willing, and I was so wanting. And my husband was just like, okay, like, I've been wanting kids, like, okay, let's do this. We were so blessed to find out that in December of 2019 that we were pregnant. I still can't believe it. That's gonna be a whole nother video about finding out we were pregnant and sharing that news with family and friends, but it's pretty amazing that all of this happened in kind of a short time frame, and it totally changed my mindset on what I was ready to do and what I was wanting to do. But it's so meaningful and powerful to me, and it's something that my husband and I really, really wanted. Yeah, so I just wanted to share that with the world. I'm so thankful for that little boy, and for God for putting him in my life, and for God for blessing us with this beautiful baby. was my first YouTube video. That's it, that's the story, and I look forward to sharing more about my journey in pregnancy, and then hopefully continue these videos to share my adventures of motherhood and capture my husband as a father. That's it. Okay, I guess I'm off now. Thanks for watching.